What's the SWFT BMX e-bike?
That's coming right up.
Hey guys, it's Rick from RunPlayBack. So recently, I tried out a stealth BMX style e-bike from SWFT. I've known about this bike for a while and wondered how it would compare to something like the Zooz. In this video, we'll go over the features, do a test ride, and let you know if the SWFT BMX e-bike is worth considering. So let's get to it. The first thing you'll notice is that the SWFT actually looks like a low-key BMX bike on first glance. The bike's 36-volt, 7.5 amp-hour integrated battery is neatly hidden in the down tube, maintaining the bike's sleek appearance. While this integration is aesthetically pleasing, it could pose limitations in terms of battery replacement or upgrade. The bike promises up to 35 miles of range, a figure that varies depending on rider weight, terrain, and the level of pedal assist used. With a top speed of 20 miles per hour, the SWFT is fine for riding through neighborhoods and bike lanes. However, the 350-watt brushless hub motor does feel somewhat underpowered compared to today's current crop of e-bikes. An interesting feature is the right-hand half-twist throttle that engages only after you start pedaling. This design choice emphasizes the SWFT's manual nature, encouraging pedaling before motor engagement. While this can be seen as aligning with the needs of most BMX riders, it might be perceived as a lack of control for those who prefer an instant throttle response. And true to its BMX nature, the SWFT has one rear mechanical disc brake with decent stopping power, and while the absence of a front brake is for typical BMX bikes to look cleaner and for bar spins, the SWFT's throttle and display wires prevent the handlebar from spinning 360 degrees. This means the lack of a front brake is purely for aesthetic reasons. It would have been nice to at least have mounts to add a front brake as an option.
All right, today we're taking a look at the SWFT BMX electric bike. So the first thing you'll notice are these integrated M14 pegs. You also get M14 pegs on the rear as well. We also have 20-inch by 2.35-inch BMX tires. We also have a standard steel BMX fork and then an integrated headlight. You have these two very bright bulbs right here on top, and the way that it's connected to the frame just looks really aerodynamic. We also have traditional BMX handlebars, so you can replace this if you wanted to. You could change the colors or get something with more of a rise to it. Here we have a half-twist throttle with a rubber grip and a mechanical disc brake only on the right side. So the throttle only activates when you're actually pedaling, so you have to pedal to initialize the throttle to get it going. Here we have a left-mounted LCD display, sort of the basic black and white, shows you your miles per hour, battery level, pedal assist level, the amount of miles that you put on it, and you also have a rubber grip here on the left side as well. So we got a 36-volt, 7.5 amp-hour battery that's hidden inside of the down tube. So this makes the bike really stealth. It's only 7.5 amp-hours. You're not gonna get a ton of range out of it, but I think it's just right for this bike. Over here is the charging port for the battery, and underneath here, you probably can't see it, but there is a power switch or a kill switch. Here's a look at the rear mechanical disc brake. I would adjust this before your first ride to make sure that you have maximum stopping power. And the brake rotor over here is 160 millimeter. Over here we have a 350 watt brushless rear hub motor, and the total weight of the bike is about 40 pounds. So obviously much heavier than a traditional BMX bike, but not as heavy as other e-bikes in a similar class. So in the marketing materials, it shows that you can do some BMX tricks with this bike, but it is a little bit heavy, so you want to make sure that everything is tightened down. But yeah, I think overall it's just really minimalist and looks like a ton of fun to ride. It's a BMX bike, so this will fit a whole range of riders. I think from 5'3" and up. Very comfortable. And just full disclosure, this bike is owned by Mr. Cheesy Cam, my buddy M, and he likes his handlebars shifted all the way to the front. It's a little uncomfortable for me, but I'm not gonna change it because he likes it this way, so let's just try it out. We'll put it on pedal assist level 3. You could do 1, 2, and 3, but I just like to go all the way to the max, and let's just see how it feels. So again, the throttle won't work until you start pedaling. So there it goes, now it's activated. I will say that the throttle comes in very, very smoothly. Even at pedal assist level 3, it's not abrupt. There are a lot of bikes that the throttle comes in really abrupt, not this. And everything just feels really natural. It's only 36 volts, right? So, you know, I'm not gonna hit tremendous speeds here. I think it only maxes out at 20 miles per hour. But this is plenty if you're just like riding the bike trails, if you're just like riding in your neighborhood. The Zooz is like a BMX bike, but it's a little bit different. It has sort of the, you know, the long saddle seat. This feels more like a traditional BMX bike. I could definitely see like a BMX rider doing tricks with this. It might be a little bit difficult because of the weight. And I don't know if like everything would hold up to the abuse of like a true like BMX rider. Pegs feel strong. I would prefer having the throttle on like all the time. I'm sure there's a way to unlock that. It's fine. It's like, you know, it's like riding a BMX bike. I don't know how else to explain it. Just really easy to balance on the bike because it's so lightweight. Who is this bike for? I think it's definitely for people who want something that looks really stealth. I mean, you can't even really tell that this is an e-bike because of the hidden battery over here, the size of the bike. Obviously, if you looked at the motor, you'd know it's electric, but nothing about this would draw a lot of attention. For riders like me, shorter riders, sometimes the step-through bikes, you know, not all of them look that great or seem like a good fit. Something like this is a really good size. Obviously, kids can ride it, but yeah, if you're on the shorter end, this bike would be a pretty good option because it does look stylish. It looks like a cool BMX bike. One thing that I think would be awesome for this bike, because sometimes this thing goes on sale on Amazon. You can find it for like 500 bucks every now and then on their like flash sales. But you could take this bike and totally mod it. Like you could, you know, change the battery, install a bigger battery right here in the frame. You could throw on a bigger motor if you wanted to. You could do a full twist throttle. You could do all kinds of stuff. I think modding a 20-inch BMX tire would be really, really interesting. I don't think I've seen that yet.
Additionally, the stock handlebars and stem clamp don't feel strong enough to take on big jumps or hard riding. That would probably be the first thing that I would upgrade. The bright integrated front headlight enhances visibility during night rides and is angled proportionately to complement the head tube. The Swift weighs in at 40 pounds, which is relatively light for an electric bike, but kind of heavy for a BMX bike. The 20 by 2.35-inch BMX tires provide a comfortable ride on city streets, though they may not perform as well on uneven terrain. The alloy frame combined with a steel fork and handlebars offers a balance between durability and weight. However, I kind of wish they went with an all-steel frame, especially for a longer lifespan. The left-mounted LCD display is clear and informative, showing essential parameters like battery life, speed, and distance traveled. This feature is useful for monitoring your ride and managing battery usage efficiently. Integrated front and rear pegs add to the Swift's appeal, especially for wheelies or carrying passengers. Overall, the Swift BMX style e-bike is a solid choice for urban riders looking for a bike that blends in with the cityscape. Its design and features are well thought out, though it may not meet the expectations of riders seeking a more powerful motor or instant throttle control. It's also quite small, so riders over 6 feet may find it too uncomfortable for long distances. Still, it's pretty fun and user-friendly, especially if you've owned a BMX bike and wondered what it would feel like to electrify it. If that appeals to you, then the Swift BMX e-bike is worth considering.
If you want to dive into more EV tech tips, click the links on the side and remember to like and subscribe so we can help you find tech deals that fit your lifestyle. We'll see you guys in the next video.